All right, YouTube. Back at it. So we're gonna finish putting this machine back together. This stuff out of the way, the video games and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna plug the vacuum. Vacuum runs since I changed the motor. Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the motor back out. And something I forgot to do was to put one of these labels on the motor to put replacement. And that's why I got a Sharpie as well. So I'm gonna get to that. Now, I'm gonna wipe out this, instead of me washing out this housing, virtual housing, I'm just going to give it a wipe out, because actually it's just all that dirty, it's just gotta get wiped out. Plus I got grease on this, so but let me go ahead and take the motor back out. Filter on the machine. I'm not gonna get to that right now. I'll get to the stuff. We'll get to this motor. I gotta put a replacement and put the sticker on there saying this motor got replaced. Replacement motor. Did wipe the lens. Got the filter screen because I'm gonna put new filters in. This machine's gonna get live. This motor, like I said, it's like in mint condition or brand new condition. And yeah, I'm gonna put a replacement. So what I'm gonna do is grab one of these, and also after this. This is the carbon brush cedar stone for the commutators. Clean different vacuum motors like Oric, Hoover, Kirby. Also, you can clean motor shafts with this to remove a melted stretch belt. Because I'm going to be putting a new belt on there, so I'm going to be cleaning the motor shaft. So I'm going to put a replacement motor. Well, as a matter of fact, motor replaced. Okay, it's 16th, 2020. Replaced, motor replaced. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna put this motor back. What the hell? I don't know why that broke, but okay. It's not expecting that. I don't know how that piece broke. Well, okay, anyway, that doesn't matter. All right, so I'm gonna put this motor back in. Oh, I don't think you can see it, but it says motor replaced today. hook the motor back up, hook it back up, the vacuum back up, and I gotta clean the motor shaft. So put the lens back on. First, I gotta put this piece back on. The motor sounds a lot smooth, matter of fact. And like I said, this motor is used same motor that was used in the bagged models, but difference is from a twin chamber model, and twin chamber models don't get as much suction. Don't get as much suction as the bagged models, so that's why I always prefer these. But Hoover no longer make these kind of machines. This is 2020, and Hoover been discontinued since 2008, since T-Tie took over. So that's like 12 years. And I'm 21 years old, so I really feel old because it's like that's 12 years. I was like, wow, that's time really like where has the time gone? So what I'm gonna do is I am going to clean this motor shaft with this stone that you use to clean the commutators, the seat brushes, and polish the commutator. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna plug the vacuum in, and I'm gonna polish, surface up the motor shaft so make it look clean. So that's what we're gonna do. Got that cleaned. Got all that cleaned. I'm gonna install a new flat belt on this one. All right. That's all it needs is getting. That new motor, that motor is getting. Let's get a polish up for the motor shaft. And then so that got. That's all I'm gonna do to the motor. I'm not gonna do nothing else. Because there's nothing else that needs to be done to the motor. Except, just putting it in, just changing it out, and taking it from there. So now what I'm doing is I'm putting the actuator back on. This actuator arm that controls the, you use the self-propel. Okay. Yeah, this is a brand new flat belt. So, there's some things we want to be talking about in the video about. Matter of fact, that's going to be in another separate video, because it's not, what's going on with your machine and da-da-da-da-da. But this is just me just making a video of, repair, tuning it up. So, I'm going to save the troubleshooting videos later, like whatever's going on with your vacuum, why it's not working properly. That's going to be in a different video. Because this is, right now, this is related. This is vacuum repair related, so we're not gonna talk about what's going on with the vacuum. Except the only thing was the motor was loud, so that's the only thing we was changing, but not like where somebody having problems with a vacuum. I'm gonna talk about that in a whole nother video, because we're gonna stay focused on the topic what we're doing to this machine. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and get this housing back on. I've been repairing vacuums since 2014, so basically like 6 years. And pretty much, when I was a kid, we had one of these. It was not this model, but the model, like, I think it was the U6445. If you guys know the Mark 6.9, the premium models. And I went to a vacuum shop when I was probably like 5, 6, probably 5, 5.5. It's so long. It's been too many years. And I was thinking to myself, what does vacuum repairs feel like? And I was like, well, because we had a Hoover authorized deal, like an actual authorized dealer for Hoovers, like, you know, for steam vacs and for actual vacuum cleaners. I was like, okay, so I'm guessing repairing a vacuum is like people bringing the vacuum in. Depends on the brand, like Hoovers, Kirby's, and different brands and models. And then, you know, you have to have all the tool, like special tools that you don't have at the house that the authorized dealers be having. And, you know, they always come in, and it depends on what's going on with the machine. And then depends how much the parts will cost you. Like, you know, the motor, sometimes like motors will run you about like, I never repaired a Kirby, so I really don't know what the cost of a motor of a Kirby is. But I do know the cost of a motor for a Hoover, because I actually have, you saw me replace a motor on this one. Like, some motors, people sell them on eBay for underpriced, like used ones will be running you like $30. A brand new motor off of a Hoover wind tunnel, like a non-self-propel or self-propel, will run you about, you know, like 60 to 100, close to like $100. But for me, I always get used motors because I know I could, you know, rebuild them instead of like paying like $100 for a new motor. Like, what's the purpose of doing that? And then you already know Hoover don't make these machines no more, like I was mentioning about, you know, that been like 12 years since like 2008 they stopped making these, because Hoover was bought out by TTI, by Chinese manufacturing. And you know how China things don't last long, they make it cheap. But TTI did, you know, did improvements on some of these. Like, this is a Maytag brush roll. I do have a Cleveland product CWP brush roll in this with seal ball bearings. I'm not using it right now. I mean, I would change the brush roll out, but not at this moment. So I'm just having it as a spare, as a backup for right now. And they also, you know, replaced their updated their power switches, because the old switches will melt and stuff like that. And so that's all, you know, the problems with these machines. They always had issues, they ups and downs. So yeah, who pretty much had their ups and downs. Anyway, so what's gonna happen? I love these. Okay, cool. I love these. HEPA Y, activated carbon HEPA media absorbs household odors. And you already know these trap 99.97 percent dust and pollens down to 0.3 microns. Anyway, HEPA bag. That's it. And matter of fact, these do filter out way much more better than the paper bags. Paper bags have a has a tendency to leak out because their bags are made out of paper, which they don't filter. So I'm gonna go bring the rest of the parts in and be right back. I'm back with the parts of the machine. The rest of the parts of the machine are dry, and I'm back with new set of motor filters. So I'm gonna start putting the motor filter in, because the filters you need to change. And for some of you guys that don't know, I'm gonna help you out with this. For some of you that don't know how to change the filter, don't know where the filter is located, the motor filter, check this out, I'll show you. Filter, okay, your brand new micron filter, motor filter, goes right in this area. This is where the suction, you'll hear the airflow, like the airflow comes out to the side and the suction goes through out here. Well, this goes right in here, and people gonna try to find out how they don't know how to change it. And you take your filter screen and probably place it on the top. Let's make sure this is in its place. Okay, cool. Like that. So that's how you go. That's how it goes in, like that. Make sure it's on. It's in. Make sure it's in. Can't do this with one hand. Let's see. I'm gonna show you. Let's see if I can have the vacuum facing. First, I'm gonna move this out of the way. Make sure it's in. Okay. Like this. And then also, since you guys don't know how to struggling to change the bags, or you guys don't put the bag halfway on, I'm gonna show you how to also do that. So that's how you change your motor filter. Now, next thing is your bag. And what I always do, what I do with these, when I service them, I give them a tune-up, service them or do maintenance, I always write the date on the new bag. And today is the 16th, so October 16th, 2020. So that lets me know, like, okay, this is what day, the month, the day is when I put the new bag in. And people struggle to put these in. So, you want to grab your new vacuum bag. I don't care if this is the Kirby, I don't care if it's an Auric, I don't care what brand, I don't care if it's a Biswell. People don't put them all the way on the inside of this inlet tube where your dirt and everything will transfer over. It goes to the hose and it goes into that bag. And what happens is is that all the dirt and everything goes, instead of it goes to the bag, it don't go in there, it just goes into the machine. Don't want to do that. You want to make sure it's over this inlet tube right here. So go ahead and lie it down. And we want to put it on to make sure everything is going to that bag. Okay, so put the bag in, tuck it in, put that, and then put it in like that, or fold it, however you want, as long as you have it in. To me, it don't matter because I know the bag is in. Okay, now I got the door panel. So put it back in, put it on. Okay, next is I don't know, I bring my rubber mallet in. Yeah, I'm gonna use this guy. And you guys wondering, what's he doing with the rubber mallet? Well, good question. This to pop it back in, and I should have brought my grease in to grease the hinge on these because they'll make a creak and sound like floorboards when you step. When you go upstairs to your apartment or to your house, it's gonna sound like old floorboards creaking. So I guess I should have just brought my grease in to lube it up and to stop the noise. What I'm gonna do, recline the vacuum, set it like this. Actually, set it like that. And what I'm gonna do is line it up in the 3 holes, 3 notches in the grooves, and take the rubber mallet, pop it in, there you go. So you don't have to worry about trying to go all like that and struggle with it. So that's how you do it. Go ahead and roll this cord up. Trouble trying to put it on, always have a rubber mallet. Never use a hammer. Never ever use a hammer. That's a no. Never ever use a hammer, because you're gonna end up putting nicks in it. You might end up hitting it too hard and you'll split it, and now you know how they no longer make these parts no more for these machines. So get yourself pick up a rubber mallet from Home Depot, Walmart, Lowe's, or wherever. or if you have a Sears in your area. I know Sears in your, I probably forgot Sears have went out of business. So pick up a rubbing mallet at Ace Hardware, and we deal with these, how to put these in. So I'm gonna go ahead and put, first off I gotta wipe this back part down. It's all dirty from usage. So yeah, wipe down. Alright. And we're gonna put the tool rack back on. This bad boy. Put this bad boy back on. And I do own few self-propelled wind tunnels that line this back up, stand this back up, line this up to the point where I can get the screws in. Okay, cool. This is the motor screw. This is the motor cover screw. One of the posts broke on it, so I'm like, oh well, I ain't gonna even stress out about it, because I have a few other Hoover housings that are broke on me anyway. I stripped screw holes and stuff like that, and I actually bought another Hoover that had. We'll see. You'll see it later. I'm not gonna even show it right now, but that's gonna be in a different video. Okay. Now I'm going to wrap this bad boy up. Move this out of the way. One thing also I do with these, because like if I was to sell a vacuum to you, and you would run this machine. For example, let's say if I sold you I was to do like a Hoover wind tunnel giveaway, and I was giving away a non-self-propelled wind tunnel. Your vacuum would have been smelling good after I serviced it. Like I would put Downy Unstoppable, like laundry, like Downy Unstoppable beads in the bag. I always do that because I always make sure I make my house smell good. But that's me part of doing the service at the end.